control of the ball, but maintains it and gets it to the right guy, because there's Webster again with another acrobatic finish. Nebraska, time after time, was able to come up with the shot they needed, the bucket they needed. One more from Ty Webster that put them ahead. He was spectacular in those final few minutes, but the zone, again, was the key to turning this game around.
What happened at the very, very end of the game,
Maryland got the play they wanted. They want the ball in Melo Trimble's hands. It's an easy underneath, out-of-bounds play. Ty Webster stayed with Melo Trimble. You'll see, we'll roll it here. We'll roll the last play. They have a nice cutter with Herter. You have to chase him, and Melo ends up with it. Dodd finds him. He rushes the shot, guys. He had an opportunity to put the ball on the floor, but he does have Ty Webster there, who's one of the best defenders in this league. The scouting report for Nebraska says that Nebraska cannot shoot the ball. They had 9 threes against Indiana. Now all of a sudden everybody's extending on them, and Webster and Watson are taking people off the bounce and getting to the rim. Webster was spectacular in this game.
Scouting report on the Big Ten doesn't say Nebraska's a title contender.
Boy.
Guess what? 2-0 in conference play on the road against 2 title contending teams. The first of 4 games. Let's get you out to Michigan and Iowa, our second game right now.
Just 1 win away from his 200th in the Big Ten, John Beilein brings his Wolverines into Carver Hawkeye for the opening of Michigan's conference season. The New Year's Day binge on BTN continues next from Iowa City. Today we welcome you from Iowa City and Carver Hawkeye Arena. It's binge on BTN, presented by U.S. Cellular. This afternoon, the second game of our 4. It is Michigan and Iowa. And hi, everybody. We welcome you. Great to have you with us today. Happy New Year to all of you. Hope you're all feeling well today. I'm Brian Anderson along with John Crispin. And John, this is a great way to get the day started. The second of 4 games. Good way to binge on BTN today.
Yeah, I like that. Binge on BTN. It almost feels like the new year is when conference play really starts. Certainly starts for Michigan, their first game in conference this season. So we'll see what they bring to the table.
So Michigan, you look at their offense, a perimeter-based offense. These guys can shoot the lights out. This is a team that has sights set on an NCAA tournament bid this year.
Yeah, their perimeter-oriented attack is what makes them so good. When the ball moves around the perimeter, you have to be concerned with the three-point shooting ability of really 1 through 5, and that's what allows them to get to the basket. It's Iowa's guards rotating and bigs rotating in position. They've got to be 1 step, 2 steps ahead of the play. Last game against Purdue, they're 1 or 2 steps behind.
Well, you mentioned for Michigan, this is their first conference game. They've had 9 days off. Iowa, tough loss against Purdue. Their confidence may be rattled a little bit, but John Beilein of Michigan knows the focus of their offense, at least the game plan, is Peter Jok.
Yeah, you've got to get Peter Jok going early. Peter Jok struggled in the first half against Purdue, and I think Purdue just did a good job of taking catches away, but what Peter Jok figured out was back cuts, screens, and if they could get him to be a better screener and take advantage of these, minimal ISO opportunities, he's going to be just fine. Peter Jok's going to get his 20, 25 points night in, night out.
A glorious New Year's Eve in Iowa City sets us up for New Year's Day in Iowa City at Carver Hawkeye. It's the Wolverines, it's the Hawkeyes, and it's coming up next on BTN.
Why doesn't Verizon offer unlimited data like T-Mobile?
Is it because their LTE network was built 6 years ago?
6 years ago? That's like 100 in phone years.
Their LTE network is older, slower, and they limit you. Switch to T-Mobile, the newer, faster, and unlimited network. We cover 99% of the Americans Verizon covers. Get 4 lines, just $40 a month.
These little grillers are the ultimate snackable grilled cheese.
So great, man. Like the perfect comfort food.
Yeah, I know. And I'm all about comfort. You know that. Triple cotton t-shirt, my bathrobe, my toe bunnies, hip and hop. What's up, boys?
Yeah, it is kind of weird that you leave the house, though, in your pajamas.
Oh, no, man. This is business casual.
What business?
Nunya?
Nunya business? Oh.
Get comfortable from breakfast to bedtime with new low grillers starting at 79 cents. This is how you Sonic.
When the action ends, the big show takes over. In-depth highlights from around the conference, post-game reactions straight from the arena, and a complete breakdown of everything that happened. The Big Show, tonight on BTN and BTN To Go. Tomorrow, BTN covers a fantastic day of football from start to finish. At noon Eastern, the Big Ten football pregame show previews the matchups for the Hawkeyes, Badgers, and Nittany Lions. At 4:30, Rick Pizzo, Glenn Mason, and Spice Adams check in from Pasadena on the Rose Bowl pregame. And when the day is over, the final drive delivers highlights, analysis, and reaction from around the conference. Tomorrow on BTN and BTN To Go.
The Buffalo Wild Wings trip to the Big Ten Tournament Sweepstakes. One grand prize winner receives a trip for two to the entire Big Ten basketball tournament, complete with air and hotel accommodations. Enter right now at btn.com/BWW Contest 2017.
Binge on BTN is presented by U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular delivers a strong signal where the other guys don't. And brought to you in part by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. Beautiful afternoon on a Sunday here in Iowa City. Michigan and Iowa just about ready to tip it off. And we're delighted to have you with us. How about Nebraska taking down Maryland, and suddenly Nebraska 2-0 to get our day started. There you look at the Buffalo Wild Wings starting lineup for the Michigan Wolverines. And the Iowa Hawkeyes with the 4 freshmen. And John, this is a team, as I mentioned in the open, that could use a little confidence, the Hawkeyes, after a rough showing in West Lafayette on Tuesday.
Yeah, confidence is going to be key because they need to get ahead of the play defensively. A lot of coaching, a lot of teaching from this man, Fran McCaffrey. He's done a great job. He's earning his paycheck with a young group. You have to teach these guys. You got to nurture more than nature and have patience.
Well, Tyler Cook is back in the starting lineup for the Hawkeyes. John Beilein making a run at his 200th career win at the University of Michigan. And we're ready to tip it today. And it'll be Michigan who controls. And we are underway at Carver Hawkeye Arena. A matchup that began with these two programs in 1912. This will be the only meeting of the year between these two. Wagner gets the first look, and it's pinned by Cook, but it goes anyway. Goaltending is the official call. And Wagner on the board first.
Well, Wagner's got that ability. I mean, you have to respect his ability to shoot the jump shot. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how Tyler Cook and Cordell Pimsl play together in the starting lineup. Two guys you got to be careful of foul trouble because they need to play the majority of the minutes.
Wagner on the defensive end, knocks it away. Here come the Wolverines. Abdur Rahman gives it up, and Wilson finishes. Well, we're interested to see how the Wolverines go today. They have not played a game since the 22nd of December. That was a close game and a win against Furman, as Isaiah Moss knocks down the first basket for Iowa.
Do you remember what Coach said about Isaiah Moss earlier this season? We did their Seton Hall game, and he said Isaiah Moss looks at times like he's the best player on the floor, on any team. And then there are other times where he disappears. I think he's got to thrive in that mid-range game for him to be successful.
Abdur Rahman can't finish. Cook goes in for the board, and we'll have a foul underneath on Michigan. That'll be Iowa basketball. John Beilein, this is his 10th year, his first year at Michigan, coming from West Virginia, a 10-win team. That was a rebuild season. The next season, they won 21 games, went into the NCAA tournament, actually won the first weekend and went into the round of 32. He's had a terrific career. Tyler Cook, good to see him back in the starting lineup, John. Finger injury, a broken finger, had him down for 8 games and returned against Purdue Tuesday, but off the bench.
He returned Tuesday, and he was just a step or two behind the play. And you're going to see a lot more of this from him. He's got that offensive ability, and give him credit for setting the screen. The reason why he got open right there is because he set a hard screen. Guards need to do just that. Peter Jock needs to do that if he wants to get easier looks, something Fran McCaffrey pointed out to us earlier today.
Fran McCaffrey talking to us before the game about the defensive end, specifically with his 4 freshmen. Zach Irvin gets his own. Wagner kept it alive. And the offensive rebound leads to points for DJ Wilson. What good action early by Mo Wagner. Cook, one of the 4 freshmen, kid out of St. Louis. Missed some key playing time with that injury. And we'll have a whistle on Michigan. Abdur-Rahman called for the foul away from the ball.
Look, everything's set up by the screen. You don't see the screen happen, but the only reason that he gets open is he sets a screen and 2 defenders go with the shooter. Very rarely do you get an out-of-bounds underneath dunk because teams scout. They know exactly what you're trying to do, but when you have 3-point threats like Peter Jock, yeah, 2 defenders might go with him.
Going to be an early trip to the bench for Abdur-Rahman, who picks up his 2nd foul. Now got another whistle, and this one will belong to Wagner. So racking up the fouls early for the Wolverines.
That's something you see with a team that hasn't played in a while. You know what I mean? Just kind of getting back to the tempo of the pace of the game. And this is also their first Big Ten game. So this certainly has a little more urgency, a little more pace to it.
Early minutes for Duncan Robinson. There's Jock. He pulls, he can't hit his first try. Jock, the leading scorer in the Big Ten, coming into play today. Robinson kicks it. DJ Wilson, nice action. Knocks it down.
That's a great shot, but that was great defense, too. Tyler Cook doing a good job not going for the early pump fake. Just better offense.
Jordan Bohannon with the runner. Well, one thing you notice right away, it's a good crowd in here today. But, John, possible New Year's Eve slumber going on. It is very quiet inside Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Students not back. You understand that. We're really a week away from things really picking up. Every school gets their students back in session.
Walton to Irvin, who dumps it down into Wagner. He spins and throws it out of bounds. That's going to be off of Iowa. That'll remain in the possession of Michigan.
And this is something you've got to be concerned with if you're Michigan, is in that transition, even in their secondary break, Bohannon's got that ability to get towards the paint and finish. Something that Bryant McIntosh did really well last year and hasn't been able to do as much this season.
Walton can't connect. And Cook pulls down the board. This is going to be a fun matchup today with Tyler Cook and Mo Wagner as Jock goes to the hole. Oh, a tough shot. Puts the spin on it. And Peter Jock is on the board.
That's something Peter Jock's got to be able to do. He's got to be able to make highly difficult shots. This thing would be high degree of difficulty. I'm getting there. New Year's Eve for you last night as well. I was in bed at 10 o'clock. Who are you kidding?
Ball's popping well for Michigan. Here's Irvin. Little step back. Can't hit. Wilson in there for the board, and he's fouled. Boy, DJ Wilson has been impressive to start this game. Scored 6 of the 8 Michigan points. Going to the line now. All right, John, our Motel 6 men, a couple of guys who are familiar with the starting lineup were key players, key minutes last year as starters, Duncan Robinson and Mark Donnell, and here they are coming off the bench.
I like his 6 men. I mean, it's not 6 to 7. We got to stick to what we sold, right? So it's 6 men, but it's a good point. These guys in some way are interchangeable, and you don't lose a lot. That's the key. What makes you a great 6 man is you either add something different to the table, like Duncan Robinson, a specialty shooter, or you don't take anything away when the starter goes out.
Donnell checks in for the first time. His brother Andrew, an offensive lineman here at Iowa for 4 seasons. And hits Isaiah Moss, who was scoreless in the Big Ten opener at Purdue. In 18 minutes, he's hit a couple of early ones.
He's got to be aggressive because what he also can do is get to the basket, finish above the rim.
Terrific point guard, Derek Walton Jr. moves the ball well. This Michigan team has a lot of experience. That's kind of the storyline of this one, experience versus youth. The pull-up by Walton, and Cook clears it away. Here come the Hawks. Iowa's made their last 3 shots. Irvin gets the draw on Jock today. Bohannon fires a 3 and buries. Jordan Bohannon sends Iowa up 4. checking Walton. And Walton will fire a three. Offensive board. Donnell misses short range. He had a couple of those misses in the last game against Furman. They'd like to see Donnell finish stronger at the hole.
I think he was looking for contact, and Tyler Cook did a good job not picking up that second foul.
Tyler Cook on the take, gives it up, pencil, inside. And two close-range layups don't go down. Here's Wilson in the corner. Nice feed, nice hit for Michigan.
That's a game changer right there. You have a big fella that can run the floor, either rim run or spot up and hit shots. That's a real threat.
DJ Wilson already with 8 points. Here's Jock. Boy, that quick release, that soft shooter's touch. Down it goes for Peter Jock.
I love basketball like this. Fun. Teams looking to take shots, being aggressive on both ends. And right now, three-point shots falling for both teams.
And that's going to send us to a timeout.
Iowa gets it going. Isaiah Moss, really strong start. He certainly is a threat from all over the floor. DJ Wilson, got to find him.
Every wireless provider has towers in the city, but U.S. Cellular put towers in places the other guys didn't, or won't. And more towers out there means a stronger signal. So you can video chat at your secret fishing spot, post photos at your cabin, or stream way out here. Because U.S. Cellular thinks you deserve a signal that works wherever you are. That's what you're paying for, right? U.S. Cellular, a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Set the trap.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
Fun combo.
You know I got you.
There's one of these.
Set the trap.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
You know I got you.
Talk to an agent for help combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right. State Farm.
Today, nearly 1 in 3 kids in the state of Michigan are already overweight or obese. That is astounding.
We know that students are losing valuable opportunities to be physically active throughout the school day in favor of additional instructional time.
But there are innovative ways in which we can infuse physical activity in the curriculum.
I think it's time for a movement break.
Impact is designed to incorporate 10 3-minute activity breaks right into the teacher's existing lessons.
Can you please close your Chromebooks and find your space?
It's too easy not to do.
Physical activity is vital to the learning process. When a student sits for as little as 10 minutes, the brain actually starts to shut down, and that has huge implications on their ability to learn.
We've reintroduced the idea of fun and being active together.
They love to do this. They get so excited to move and to dance and to exercise. It's the best part of our day.
Binge on BTN continues with more hoops action coming up next. It's Purdue and Minnesota. Coverage starts after our game on BTN and streaming live all day on BTN To Go. Here, Corey Provis and Bob Wenzel from West Lafayette. Purdue taking down Iowa in their opener. Michigan getting their conference season started here today on the road. As we take a look at our Buffalo Wild Wings on the floor as we get in to the second wave of this first half. DJ Wilson has scored Michigan's last 11 points. He made all 4 shots as Donnell. He is fouled and free throws coming.
That was almost a great play by Bohannon. He was there, but he needed to be there a split second earlier. Really close to being a charge. Just a second behind the play. Really a split second behind the play, and that's a drastic improvement from what they did against Purdue. The Purdue game, as I said, they were a step or 2 behind every play. It's why they struggled defensively, but you could see the growth already from game to game.
That is the second foul on Bohannon, so Fran McCaffrey will go to his bench as Bohannon sits. And Christian Williams, who began the year as the starter at the point guard position. And that snaps a streak for Michigan. They had made 20 consecutive free throws, including 16 in a row in their win against Furman before that miss by Donnell.
I think what's going to hurt Michigan right now is Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman on the bench with 2 fouls, 2 early fouls. And he's kind of that guy that can carve up a defense with the dribble.
Christian Williams, tough shot, can't hit. Donnell with the rebound. See how the second units do here. Irvin will handle the ball. Ellingson checks him. Now Walton. And a long-range three-pointer is short. Duncan Robinson feeling it. Ellingson feeling it. And a missed three-pointer. Ball is up and down the floor. Iowa had hit 3 consecutive baskets, all threes going into that last timeout. And another 3 will go up, and another one misses. Three-point shooting was dreadful for Michigan in their last game against Furman. That was 9 days ago, but they really struggled. They were 0 for 10 in the second half behind the arc and made just 4 three-pointers the entire game. They were 4 for 20, John.
They need to be shooting the three-point shot, but you have to use the threat of the three-point shot to take advantage of the defense, get to the basket.
Dom Ewell with the shot clock at 3. Can't get the bounce, and it's 1 and done for Iowa. 17-14 Hawkeyes. Iowa in their home opener in conference play. Michigan first of the year. Robinson is fouled, and that'll be on the floor. That'll take us to a timeout. 11:47 remaining in the first half, and the Hawkeyes have the early lead.
Beware of the man eating honey barbecue wings. This is a dangerous man with nothing left to prove in life. Last week, he ate an entire order of blazing wings, and he didn't even cry once. It was crazy. So if you come back to the bar and see a man eating honey barbecue wings in your seat, remember, we warned you. Go get a new seat by the claw game. It's safer there.
Travelers always come to Motel 6 for great service and a great stay at a low price. Now we're renovating nationwide with a fresh modern look, still at a great low price. So you'll see us in a whole new light. I'm Tom Bodette, and we'll leave the light on for you.
We believe local needs are best served by your neighbors. Whether it's customizing a policy, filing a claim, or serving our communities, we are in your corner when you need us most, and even when you don't. We contribute to causes bigger than ourselves, ones that build families, education, the arts, and maybe most important, our future leaders. We're committed to making a difference in the community we call home. At Motors Insurance Group, we know you, and you know us.
By the time you head to the bank and wait to get approved for a home loan, that newly listed mid-century ranch with the garden patio will be gone. Or you could push that button. Skip the bank, skip the waiting, and go completely online. Get the confidence that comes from a secure, qualified mortgage approval in minutes. Lift the burden of getting a home loan with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Minnesota, Purdue. That's beautiful basketball. Ohio State, Illinois. Wow, look at this. Binge on BTN, presented by U.S. Cellular. Continues later today on BTN and BTN to go.
17-14 Iowa. They lead Michigan. We're in the first half. Kids are having some fun today on a New Year's Day edition of Big Ten basketball. John, our storyline coming in, the youth of Iowa versus the experience of Michigan.
Well, it's youth of Iowa. They got one Big Ten game under the belt. And so far, it looks as if they've grown a bit. They understand the type of urgency that you have to play with in this conference and really just head on a swivel defensively. They've been in good position. I've seen growth from game 1 to game 2 here so far.
In a run of poor shooting for both teams, Michigan has missed 8 of their last 9 shots, while Iowa has missed 4 of their last 5. Wagner's back in and gets inside but can't finish. Here comes Dom Ewell. And we got a matchup of natives of Germany in the game in the Big Ten with Dom Ewell and Mo Wagner. A rare occurrence.
Michigan just switched 1 through 4 on this play, and it made it really difficult to get anything into the paint for the Hawkeyes.
Michigan calling on their defense in that game against Furman. It was a lot closer than they had hoped. A tough turnaround and knocks it down.
That's one of those possessions where even as a coach, John Beilein looks at that and says, hey, great defensive possession. Sometimes you just can't stop a good shot. Yule picks up the steal here.
And on his way, all the way in, cannot get the layup to go. Disrupted on the other end by Xavier Simpson. But one you got to have if you're Iowa. Biggest lead for the Hawkeyes. Michigan trying to cut into that. Look at DJ Wilson has hit all 4 of his shots. The rest of the Wolverines, just 1 made basket, and now 2, and it's Wagner on both occasions.
Michigan gets a lot of action off those ball screens. Flare screen, dive, ball screen, dive. They do a lot screening around the perimeter and diving to the basket.
Yule feeling it. Another missed 3. That Wagner layup, the first made basket in about a 4-minute stretch on the game clock for the Wolverines. 3-point game. As John was talking about in the open, Michigan working off the perimeter. Everything is set up by their perimeter offense. Zach Irvin turns a corner. To the hole he goes. And he can't get the roll. Williams pulls down the board. Ellington. Good defense by the Wolverines. Shot clock, single digits. Yule had it poked away. Robinson got a hand on it, and he'll get rewarded with the dunk at the other end.
Robinson's able to get a hand on it because of inadequate spacing. You've got to space the floor. As that ball swings, opposite side guard has to be moving with the ball to create good spacing.
Yeah, if you're John Beilein right now, you got to like what you're seeing from your team. Had 4 full days off. Mentioned they haven't played in 9 days, but took 4 days off. Came back on the 28th, so 4 days of hard practice as Nicholas Baer hits. Tough shot. 3-pointer is good. Baer failed to score a point in his last home game against Delaware State. He played just a season-low 9 minutes. I'm sure he needed to see that one go down.
You talk about being off for so long. Great. Another dive to the basket. Ball screen dive. It's what keeps the defense honest. And it's what's going to open up more opportunities around the perimeter. But for John Beilein's crew, a kind of blessing and a curse, right? Because you got teams like Northwestern who had to go to Penn State on the 27th. That means practice on Christmas Day. These guys had 4 days off. Will Wagner went back to Germany. That's not like me flying back to Jersey or anything.
Here's Baer for 3, and back-to-back field goals from behind the arc for Baer. 2 big ones for Iowa. Now this crowd starting to get into it a little bit.
Nicholas Baer is Mr. Intangibles. He does a lot of things really well. He seems to always be in the right spot at the right time. And it's because he's got a high basketball IQ, but he can also make perimeter shots.
Long-range 3 by Irvin. Wagner with the offensive board. And a new shot clock for Michigan. On the take, DJ Wilson. And his first miss of the game in transition come to Hawkeyes. Baer will pull it back. Good work by Michigan to get back. Ellington spins. Wagner trying to draw the foul. Ellington makes him pay for hitting the deck.
That's a great no call. I'm actually thankful no one blew the whistle there.
Biggest lead for Iowa, 7. Got to respect the shooting of Wagner as well. All of these guys can fill it up from behind the arc. Shot clock, 7. Irvin trying to turn the corner. Kicks it. Robinson for 3. Short. Oh, and a follow jam. DJ Wilson.
Tom Yule just didn't get a body on DJ Wilson. You've got to lean into him. You can't give him a free shot at the basket.
Wilson with 13 of Michigan's 22 points. Five of Iowa's 10 baskets have been trays, and a good look inside, working outside in. And the Hawkeyes back up 7. the bench has been a difference in this one. Early foul trouble. Starters are set to check back in. Jordan Bohannon sitting with 2 fouls for Iowa. Abdul Rahman with 2 fouls, set to come back in soon. Wilson, oh man, what a game. Single-handedly keeping the Wolverines in this one.
Did a great job with the eye fake, ball fake. Led to an open shot. Xavier Simpson picks up the steal and near foul. But the story right now has been Nicholas Baer. 2 big threes in a row. These guys in a bit of a bounce-back game. So far, this young bunch looks really strong up forward.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
These little grillers are the ultimate snackable grilled cheese.
So great, man. Like the perfect comfort food.
Yeah, I know, and I'm all about comfort. You know that. Triple cotton t-shirt, my bathrobe, my toe bunnies, hip, and hop. What's up, boys?
Yeah, it is kind of weird that you leave the house though in your pajamas.
Oh, no, man, this is business casual.
What business?
Nunya?
Nunya business? Oh.
Get comfortable from breakfast to bedtime with new low grillers starting at 79 cents. This is how you Sonic.
Here's Jock got it. He is hot. Here comes Jock ahead of the field. Hammers it down. Heat check time.
When the action ends, the big show takes over. In-depth highlights from around the conference, post-game reactions straight from the arena, and a complete breakdown of everything that happened. The Big Show, tonight on BTN and BTN To Go.
It's game time.
Crew's all here.
Swish. Win. App attack. Woo!
So far, the young Hawkeyes doing a good job bouncing back, but DJ Wilson has done a great job keeping Michigan in this game. It's not always just executing on offense, but it's keeping plays alive, taking advantage of opportunities in transition. To either get to the basket, make some tough shots, do whatever you need to do to keep your team in this game.
Well, he has tied his season high already as he sits. And what an impressive first half for DJ Wilson as he has scored the 16 points in 14 minutes. He's missed only 1 shot. And tying his career high, which he set against Maryland Eastern Shore. 5:40 remaining in the first half. Abdul Rahman back in for the Wolverines, out with 2 fouls. It'll be Keita Watts, number 12 in blue. Trap comes, shot clock at 6. And the lefty won't finish. Peter Jock will set it up. Now, we saw Jock during the timeouts with a heat pack on his right shoulder. Not sure if there's anything more to that, but...
You got to keep the guns hot, man. If you're going to catch it fire, you got to stay warm.
Maybe that's the secret. And there's going to be a foul called on Lonergan. That'll be his first, just into the game. Coming up at the half, State Farm halftime report. Mike Hall in studio with Mike DeCourcy and Jess Settles. Big day for them. 4 games on
busy.
BTN today. Did you stop by on your way to Iowa and offer any analysis of the day as Jock leaves it up top for Cook? Offensive foul, no basket.
I always like to comment on these after I get to see it in slow-mo. I don't know, Mo Wagner slides a little bit towards the end. Just a little, it's a tough one, man. I like no calls in those plays. It's because I think it's good basketball. It's good basketball play. And the charge, that's one of those dumb charges where the only way he's stepping there is to take a charge.
There's a turnover. Pencil gets it up. Jock finishes. Nicely done. Defense turns into transition points, and John Beeline calls a quick timeout. So Jock picks up the foul, the offensive foul, to negate the lob. And then the Hawkeyes come back with a steal and a bucket in transition.
Yeah, this extended pressure almost invites you to bring the ball right over half court, and Derek Wall Jr. fell for it. He just fell for it. You have to probe the defense first. Find the open man pass over the top, but you can't dribble to it, especially in that tough area where you have the half-court line as a third defender, really nowhere to go. Leads to an easy basket for Peter Jock. He doesn't get too many of these in transition. And right now, the Hawkeye fans, this young Hawkeye bunch, they're feeling confident, and they should.
Well, and you think about Michigan, the team that commits the fewest fouls in the nation, just 14 fouls per game. They're also very good in the turnover department. They're third in the nation in fewest turnovers, just 9.5 per game, and thus the quick timeout by John Beeline. The first turnover for the point guard Walton.
I like this. Nicholas Bear up top, excuse me, partner, but Nicholas Bear up top, he's just disruptive. He's long, he anticipates passes well, and he knows how to retreat back into the play.
In the corner, there's the hot hand, and he stays hot. DJ Wilson hits again and gives him 19 points. And it's a three-point game. It feels like Iowa should be running away with this game in the first half. But Wilson's effort is keeping Michigan right there in it.
You got to know where he's at all times, especially if you're going to extend the defense, as Iowa's done the past couple possessions. You extend the defense out. Once the ball gets over half court, you have to identify those shooters.
Wilson made his first 4, missed 1, and has now made his last 3. He's hit 3 threes as well. Perfect from behind the arc for his 19 points. Pencil banging his way in. Too strong. And in transition comes Wall. 3-on-2, kick it to the corner. Robinson, no. Irvin keeps it alive. And he'll back it out. Michigan will set it up. No, a quick fire. Walton too strong. Good effort by Wilson, but Iowa comes away with the ball. Here's Moss. And Jock finds himself open. Cook is fouled. That was halfway down for Peter Jock, but an offensive board for Tyler Cook.
I have no idea how that one didn't fall. Know why this one went down. Well, DJ Wilson, he's feeling it. Only down 3, he's keeping Michigan in this game.
So, Mr. Harris, we have your fingerprints on the safe, a photo of you opening the safe, a post using the hashtag #JustRobbedTheSafe. So, what are we supposed to think?
Switching to Geico could save you a bunch of money on car insurance.
Excellent point. Case dismissed. Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Sorry, Ariana. You gotta go.
Seriously?
Verizon limits me, and I gotta get home.
You're gonna choose navigation over me?
Maps, get up here.
That way.
Girl, you better get on T-Mobile.
Why pay more for data limits? Introducing T-Mobile One. Unlimited data for everyone. Get 4 lines, just $40 a month.
Nothing worth doing has ever been easy. Because trying and doing the things that are hard has a way of proving its worth. And at Valvoline, we've spent the last 150 years proving ours. Like Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil, specially formulated to deliver our best performance and protection to keep you and your engine moving forward. Valvoline, 150 years under the hood.
Tomorrow, BTN covers a fantastic day of football from start to finish. At noon Eastern, the Big Ten football pregame show previews the matchups for the Hawkeyes, Badgers, and Nittany Lions. At 4:30, Rick Pizzo, Glenn Mason, and Spice Adams check in from Pasadena on the Rose Bowl pregame. And when the day is over, the final drive delivers highlights, analysis, and reaction from around the conference. Tomorrow on BTN and BTN To Go.
on BTN continues with more hoops action. Next, it's Purdue and Minnesota. Coverage starting after our game right here on BTN. Streaming live all day on BTN to go. Minnesota, Purdue, and then Ohio State and Illinois conference opener for Ohio State as well. And Nebraska knocking off Maryland in the first game.
Start?
And the Huskers, 2 surprising wins, and they'll have Iowa Thursday in Lincoln.
I haven't even had them in the top 10 of my power rankings. That's certainly going to have to change.
Perhaps you inspired them, John.
Sure, I bet I matter that much.
Tyler Cook at the free throw line, misses the first.
I only matter to the people who disagree with me. That's the thing, you know. They're sure to let me know when I'm wrong.
For John Crispin providing bulletin board material for every team in the Big Ten at some point. 1 out of 2 for Cook. 3:30 remaining in the first half. This feels like domination by Iowa, except for this guy from Michigan, and that is a bad miss. Only a second miss of the game, DJ Wilson. And Moss on the move is fouled.
Let's talk about somebody playing downhill. Isaiah Moss had one thing in mind: get to the basket. And as the defense is retreating, it's the best time to take advantage. Back pedal, put your shoulder down. Either get there or pick up a foul.
That's good get for Iowa as well. They get a foul on the Michigan guard, Walton. Wagner knocks it away. That'll be Iowa ball. But the very active Mo Wagner. Fran McCaffrey, been here at Iowa since 2010. Coming from Siena in the MAC. Great success there in his 7th season. These 2 coaches are interesting guys, very intense both. They go about their jobs in different ways, but they have a system and they stick to it. And the systems are unique to them, but they don't budge from it.
I would say they're intense competitors, but they're also players coaches. They teach the game of basketball and they let their guys go. They also don't freak out when players miss shots. They really just want them to play the right system way of play.
1 and done for Iowa. Up ahead, Duncan Robinson. Good catch, good finish. So suddenly, Michigan is with a pair. Interesting to note here for Iowa, Christian Williams is on the bench with a heating pad. And you've got Jordan Bohannon on the bench with 2 fouls. As Jock again gets the friendly roll. He's hit a couple. He's been relatively quiet, though. Jock does have 1 3-pointer made. He has 9 points.
Well, he's got to continue to shoot because he's a threat because he takes tough shots. Defense has to key his way because of his shot-making ability.
Irvin, checked by Moss. Shot clock into single digits. Now Jock picks up Irvin. Hensel comes over to help. And Irvin finds the open man. Robinson. And the 3-point shooting woes continue for the Wolverines. They are now 3 for 13 from behind the arc.
The Hawkeyes dodged a bullet there. You left an open shooter.
And that's a shooter you do not want to leave open.
No, he wasn't open. Let's be clear about that. He was not open. That's a tough shot. But if you allow Peter Jock, one of the best shooters in the country, really, if you allow him to step into a shot, if he can get it off, it's a good look.
If he can catch it, he's open. Robinson, that's a great play by Moss. Robinson kept it alive. Plenty of time here. In the corner, sets himself up and buries a 3. Michigan needed to see one go down. Robinson getting some early run today with Abdur Rahman on the bench early with 2 fouls. Cook, the spin, and a block. DJ Wilson doing it all for the Wolverines. Tremendous defensive play. Moss with the foul. We'll send Michigan to the line. Don't forget, State Farm halftime report coming your way. Mike Hall and company. Michigan in the bonus. And it'll be Walton to shoot. 1-and-1 here.
Doesn't feel like a 4-point game, does it?
No.
It just seems as if Iowa's up 10, but Michigan, particularly DJ Wilson, has done such a good job keeping his team in this game. 19 points, career high in the first half.
Peter Jock has scored Iowa's last 5 points. Ellingson running the point for the Hawkeyes. Peter Jock turns the corner, pulls and pops. And Jock is hot. 7 consecutive points from Peter Jock for Iowa.
You're going to have to do more than just light hedge and trail. You're going to have to force Peter Jock off the line. It's got to be a hard hedge, get back. You cannot allow him to continue to thrive shooting the basketball. He'll kill you.
A little over 4 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Taking it down to the end of the first half. Irvin whips one into three-point range, and it's buried by Walton. Good ball movement by the Wolverines. Jock, long-range three. Short.
That looked good from here, partner. I'm telling you, I thought that thing was going to fall.
Iowa in their conference home opener. They lead it by 3. John Beeline in his conference opener getting 19 from DJ Wilson. State Farm halftime report coming up.
Come on, you crash the glass, you own the paint, that's how you protect your house.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Come on. You crash the glass?
Yeah.
And you own the paint?
Yeah.
That's how you protect your house.
Talk to an agent for help combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right. State Farm.
There's more computing power in these little black boxes than there was in the entire Apollo 11 spaceship. So before you call and ask, hey, you got that Miami game on? Remember these boxes. Remember how we put astronauts' lives in their hands. Yeah, we got the Miami game on all right. We got games on you've never even heard of.
There are countless, not very smart things we do with our car.
What? Oh, come on! Thank you.
But with TireRack.com, at least you know you got your tires right. Use TireRack's test results, consumer reviews, and comparison tools to find the right tires for you and your car. Then have them shipped and installed fast.
Just a bottle of water.
Thank you. TireRack.com, official tire experts of the Big Ten Conference.
Rachel Ferschleiser, who works for Tumblr, tweeted, University of Iowa Special Collections Tumblr gets more attention than Beyonce's Tumblr.
Here at the University of Iowa, we have over 800 manuscript collections.
Welcome to Stackspeditions, where we're asking the nerdiest question. What is your favorite Library of Congress call number range?
We're one of the first libraries to be doing this. We have a camera and a mic and a great team of people with a bunch of ideas. And the first thing we want to figure out is if it's going to be its own YouTube series, podcast, series of Tumblr, Instagram posts, what's going to be the most fitting to engage people.
I really want to find a way to make this feel open and welcoming. And so what I like to do by opening up access, by showing behind the scenes and excitement that goes on in this place, little by little by little, that's making special collections be embedded in our everyday life.
Tyler Cook missed the last 7 games of the non-conference with an injured hand. He is back. That's his 1 basket in the half, but his team has a 3-point lead at the break. This is the State Farm Halftime Report. Glad to have you with us. Jess Settles, Hall of Famer Mike DeCourcy, and regular Mike Hall here. It is a 3-point lead. It is a close game, and we have seen some 3-pointers go down, haven't we?
Well, you know, if I were a basketball player, I would want to be Peter Jock in this particular season, because if Peter's open, or if he thinks he's open, or if he's maybe a little open, he's open, because he's got the ultimate green light on this Hawkeyes team, and he was terrific in the first half, as they were as a group. Just raining threes, 6 of 11 as a team. Jock went for 14 points. Here he goes off the screen, easy up and into that jump shot. And one more Nicholas Baer from the left wing. That's the difference in this game in the first half. Iowa shooting the basketball really well, but some of that goes down to Michigan making it too easy from their standpoint for them to get open shots.
Well, as spectacular as Jock has been, I would want to be DJ Wilson this afternoon. He has been the best player in America in this first half. He hasn't missed but one shot. He has 19 points. He's been blocking shots. It's very difficult to guard Michigan. The scouting report says that 11 guys on their team have hit threes. And so when the Iowa defenders run back in transition defense, they have to run to the three-point line. They fell asleep. DJ Wilson made them pay. He also has the nice tip dunk. He is arguably the most improved player in the Big Ten Conference this year.
Started off hot, 11 points in the first 7 minutes of the game. DJ already has his career high, and there's still 20 minutes to play. Got a close game here, and we had a close game earlier today. Wait till you see the highlights from this one. Nebraska and Maryland, multiple huge swings back and forth, and it came down to the very final seconds.
Every wireless provider has towers in the city, but U.S. Cellular put towers in places the other guys didn't, or won't. And more towers out there means a stronger signal. So you can video chat at your secret fishing spot, post photos at your cabin, or stream way out here. Because U.S. Cellular thinks you deserve a signal that works wherever you are. That's what you're paying for, right? U.S. Cellular, a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Travelers always come to Motel 6 for great service and a great stay at a low price. Now we're renovating nationwide with a fresh modern look, still at a great low price. So you'll see us in a whole new light. I'm Tom Bodette, and we'll leave the light on for you.
You could spend the next few days weeding through W-2s, pay stubs, and bank statements to refinance your home. Or you could push that button. Skip the bank, skip the paperwork, and go completely online. Securely share your financial info and confidently get an accurate mortgage solution in minutes. Lift the burden of getting a home loan with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
These little grillers are the ultimate snackable grilled cheese.
So great, man. Like the perfect comfort food.
Yeah, I know, and I'm all about comfort. You know that. Triple cotton t-shirt, my bathrobe, my toe bunnies, hip and hop. What's up, boys?
Yeah, it is kind of weird that you leave the house though in your pajamas.
Oh, no, man, this is business casual.
What business?
Nunya?
Nunya business? Oh.
Get comfortable from breakfast to bedtime with new low grillers starting at 79 cents. This is how you Sonic.
It's game time.
This is the University of Michigan.
Founded as a place of universal learning.
We wanted to study the world's problems.
And make a difference.
We said we were leaders, so we led.
Together, we could accomplish great feats.
Beyond what any one person could do.
We are Michigan.
And after 200 years, we can never forget why we lead.
To advance knowledge. To serve the public.
To do good. That is our way forward.
Gardner-Webb, Tim Miles swore off Twitter, said, that's it, I'm done. Well, they won their next game, then they won at Indiana. This is their third game since then, and Ty Webster, impressive. Nebraska has a 1-point lead, 7 seconds left. Melo Trimble has a shot for a three, but that's an air ball, goes out of bounds. There's still 4 seconds left in the game, and the Terps get an inbound. It's Trimble with another shot, but it's a quick one. And it does not go. The Huskers win again, beating Maryland 67-65. And what we couldn't show you because it happened so quick was there was an incredible run at the end of the game that Nebraska went on.
Well, he swore off Twitter. I hope after this game he does not swear off zone defense, because they went to a 1-3-1 zone late in this game, and Maryland really struggled against it, and that's what fueled the run. But they had to complete it with some spectacular plays, starting with Ed Morrow nearly taking the rim down to get it going and to cut into that lead. And then from there on, Ty Webster was just ridiculous. Just attacking the rim, believing in himself. Here, Glenn Watson gets a little out of control, but in the end, this is an unbelievable pass to find Webster, and Webster goes on another acrobatic romp to the hole, and then one more from the corner, baseline. Nobody can get over there and stop it. And he puts the Huskers in front. It was a tremendous run from Ty Webster down the stretch, but as a team, the Huskers, with that zone defense, really turned the game.
Melo Trimble has been the best closer in college basketball ever since he arrived on campus. So as poorly as Maryland played down the stretch, if you're a Terp fan, you think, okay, the game is close, we'll get it to Melo, we'll win a close game, and we'll go 2-0. But down the stretch, that was not the case. Here's Melo late, gets his shot blocked, turns the ball over, has to foul. Has a clean look. These are the shots that he always makes. He did not even draw the rim. I don't know what happened there. And then late in the game, he doesn't understand that he still has 3 seconds, Mike, to make a play to try to draw a foul. And that's a 10% shot that he didn't come close on.
The defender was there closing out on him. He's got 3.5 seconds when he catches that ball, all the time in the world to get the ball into the rim.
Nebraska was a 500 non-conference team, and in the Big Ten, they won at Indiana and now at Maryland to start off 2-0 for the first time, 2-0 in conference play to start off since they joined the Big Ten. The game you're watching is a close one. DJ Wilson doing all he can to help Michigan. He's got 19 at the break.
Why doesn't Verizon offer unlimited data like T-Mobile?
Is it because their LTE network was built 6 years ago?
6 years ago? That's like 100 in phone years.
Their LTE network is older, slower, and they limit you. Switch to T-Mobile, the newer, faster, and unlimited network. We cover 99% of the Americans Verizon covers. Get 4 lines, just $40 a month.
Nothing worth doing has ever been easy, because trying and doing the things that are hard has a way of proving their worth. And at Valvoline, we've spent the last 150 years proving ours. From the world's first high-mileage oil to the first synthetic blend, our job is simple. Never stop getting better. Valvoline, 150 years under the hood.
I've been taken, my heart is racing 100 miles. Every second I'm with you, every second I'm with you. This is love, 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 love. The only thing I know is true. This is the love that I could fall into. La 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 la.
Big Ten Super Wednesday, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. The Scarlet Knights clash with the Spartans. Then the Wolverines host the Nittany Lions. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern, only on BTN and BTN To Go.
Stay connected with BTN across every platform. First in your feed with your team.
Highlight reel time.
The most Big Ten video.
I trust in myself and my mullet, so it's a process. You know, you can't grow a great mullet in a day. You can't win a Big Ten title in a day.
Real-time highlights. And custom content you can't find anywhere else. Like, follow, share, BTN.
Now, Peter Jock's got 14 points at the break. His team is up by 3. We got your second half call with Brian and John coming at the other side of this State Farm halftime report commercial break.
This is Pantone 116C. It's our color. We chose this one from 1,866 other colors for a reason. 116C doesn't fatigue your eyes as much, making it easier to adjust between this and this and that. We could have used Pantone 115C, but we wouldn't do that to you because we're not monsters.
These two could be a problem. They can hit from anywhere. They're going down. We got a plan for them.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
These two could be a problem. They can hit from anywhere. They're going down.
We got a plan for them.
Talk to an agent for help combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right. State Farm.
Aprilaire asks, what if your house could talk?
Winter's coming. You turn up my heat and dry out my air. I become shocking. My floors crack. I dry out your skin. I make you sick.
Your home suffering from winter dry air? Get an Aprilaire high-capacity whole-home humidifier installed. Available with Wi-Fi control for soothing comfort in every room. Aprilaire. Trusted solutions for a healthy home. Visit aprilaire.com.
Minnesota, Purdue. That's beautiful basketball. Ohio State, Illinois. Wow, look at this. Binge on BTN, presented by U.S. Cellular. Continues later today on BTN and BTN to go.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Big Ten Conference and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Big Ten Conference.
Basketball on BTN is brought to you in part by Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Find your agent at autoowners.com. And in partnership with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Push button, get mortgage. Cute kids on a New Year's Day in Iowa City. Good crowd on hand. Conference matchup in the Big Ten, Michigan and Iowa. And John, how about DJ Wilson and Peter Jock as we check our Auto Owners game leaders?
And for DJ Wilson, the thing that stands out to me is right here, 3 of 4 from three-point land, and his ability to back cut the defense, get to the rim, keep plays alive. He's kept his team in this game. And Peter Jock, 6 of 9 from the field. He makes tough shots. He specializes in making tough shots. Jump shooters always have a place on the floor.
Jock averages nearly 22 a game. He's the leading scorer in the Big Ten. Scored Iowa's last 8 points to close out the half. Meanwhile, Wilson with career highs in points with 19 and 3-point baskets for Michigan. He had 3 of them. Michigan really struggled from behind the arc, shooting just 5 for 15. Jordan Bohannon will start the second half out with foul trouble and a turnover right away for the Hawkeyes.
It's the right play. It was the right play. Tyler Cook just didn't really see the pass right away.
Abdul Rahman handling the basketball for Michigan. He spent most of the first half on the bench. He only played 4 minutes with 2 fouls. And John, something you pointed to is a key loss for the Wolverines.
Yeah, he can really carve up a defense. And I also think Jordan Bohannon being in the game here because Christian Williams, see him. Another dive to the basket and an easy lay-in for Wagner. But with Bohannon out with 2 fouls, Christian Williams, as we saw on the bench, he ended up going to the locker room. He had a heat pack on his legs, I believe. So it's good to get Bohannon back in there. He was out most of the first half with those 2 fouls.
They're taking a look at Christian Williams during the halftime layup line, and he was not moving well. We'll see if he plays, and if he does, how effective he'll be. No report on the injury, although he's been dealing with some back problems. 1 and done for the Hawkeyes. Only the second time this year Michigan has trailed at the half. The other occasion they lost to South Carolina. Wilson flying high for the board, keeps it alive, and an easy putback. And his big game continues. DJ Wilson with 21.
He's just been really active. I mean, you saw the pump fake on the perimeter. That's the 3 of 4 from the 3 gets you. Defender rises. It's going to be goaltending.
Yeah, Wilson pinned it on the glass, but he hit the board first.
You see Wilson on the offensive end. He pump fakes from 3. Defender rises, and it breaks down the defense. Everything that they got started with that initial breakdown.
How do you like his Twitter handle, by the way? It's got to be my favorite so far. Lanky Smooth. Not smooth, but smooth with a V.
Smooth, yeah.
Lanky Smooth. And he is lanky, the kid from Sacramento. Junior, 6'10", Can shoot it. He's been active and almost a turnover. Irvin fortunate to get that back. Here's Abdur Rahman. Too strong. And Wagner keeps it alive. That'll stay in the possession of Michigan.
This is where Iowa's got to be careful. If you chase the play defensively, you're not in position to get a body on the box out. So you have to be in position early defensively. Can't be 1 or 2 steps behind as they were against Purdue. Not if you want to hold this lead.
Michigan coming in at 10-3. Just their 3rd road game and a turnover. Wilson thought it was deflected by an Iowa player. And John Beilein, who despises turnovers more than any other coach, and it shows up in the stat sheet as well. Moss. Oh, what a finish. Wow, Moss with a little English on the glass.
You're starting to see teams take advantage of this more and more. Back cut on the dribble drive. Teams overhelp so much that the eyes flock to the ball handler. And when the eyes flock to the ball handler, you lose sight of your man. Remember, see man, see ball, those principles you learned as a kid? Well, they still apply today.
Wagner working on Pencil, and he goes strong and finishes at the rim.
It's great footwork.
Wagner's really improved his game. He is a guy that I don't know how long he'll stay around the Big Ten. He, by all accounts, enjoys playing at Michigan as Pencil finishes with the left hand, his strong hand.
I don't care if you're 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. You've got to have footwork. The last 2 possessions, one for Wagner and the other for Pencil. I mean, great footwork leads to a basket.
Point on Wagner is coming from Germany as he is. He has a lot of professional scouts in Europe on him and hoping he will return. That's going to be in the possession of Iowa. Irvin couldn't corral it, and Michigan gives another one away.
And there's some high-level basketball in Europe. Let me tell you that. He could play anywhere in Europe and make serious money. But he's a kid who seems to really enjoy his experience here. He's getting better every day.
Wagner's 6'11" sophomore. Jock dribbles himself into trouble, but somehow scores the basket on a one-legged jump shot.
Jock's the kind of guy, it looks like he plays a lot of one-on-one basketball. And reason being, he makes tough shots. If you play one-on-one basketball with a 2-dribble limit, you learn how to make difficult shots.
That'll be a block on Pencil. First foul on Cordell.
Something young kids have to learn how to do here, and I mean young kids, Cordell Pencil. You got to learn how to space. It's show the closeout, but then give space. Keeps you from picking up those fouls, not sliding your feet.
Iowa featuring the 4 freshmen at times on the floor. Pencil being one of them. Wagner for 3. And here come the Hawkeyes. Moss slashing his way in to Pencil. And he comes up short. And look at Wilson Sky for the rebound. Walton, bullet pass. Oh! And a throwdown for Wagner. Ball's moving back and forth, out of bounds off of Michigan. That'll be Iowa basketball. Beilein's calling for a deflection. How about this transition?
Oh, well, when you can turn defense into easy offense, it gets everybody going. So far, I think this pace favors the Wolverines.
Travelers always come to Motel 6 for great service and a great stay at a low price. Now we're renovating nationwide with a fresh modern look, still at a great low price. So you'll see us in a whole new light. I'm Tom Bodette, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Thank you for dining with us. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much.
I got this. Just gotta reach the check. Almost there.
I can't reach it. If you have alligator arms, you avoid picking up the check.
What?
That's what you do.
I got this. Thanks, Dennis.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Oh, that is good crispy duck.
I think in the future, everyone wants Luke Skywalker's hand. That's the ultimate goal, but we're not quite there yet. One of the key things is that you can build a great device that no one can use. And while the machinery can be great, you put it on the person and it doesn't behave in the way you expect.
Our focus is on understanding how people actually perform with prosthetics in their daily life. A lot of work is focused on building more sophisticated devices, but there are a lot of limitations with the devices that already exist. While I continue to use prostheses myself, I can empathize with this frustration, but mostly I think it just helps motivate my interest in this work and can imagine really making a difference in patients' lives.
We hope this work will aid in the design of better prostheses and that we can make improvements to the design that would help them in their life. There are a lot of great developments in the field of prosthetics, but we have a long way to go to make them durable, user-friendly, and functional.
Oh, you know that little lady brought in the new year the right way. 47-44, Iowa has the lead. Brian Anderson with John Crispin. We welcome you back from Iowa City. And Peter Jock, a guy who can strike quickly, the last 8 points of the first half, and he just scored his first basket in the second.
Yeah, it's a new year. It's the same old thing for Peter Jock, though. His shot-making ability from the perimeter makes him so difficult to guard because if you hug up too much, he can dribble right by you. And if you give him easy opportunities in transition to get into the rhythm and the flow and find confidence scoring the basketball, you're going to be in trouble. Right now, 16 points, and he seems to have it going.
He has scored 10 of Iowa's last 16. Iowa basketball, 15 and a half remaining in regulation, and a very good matchup as Jock goes to the hole. No, and Wagner with the follow. So Ahmad Wagner. We have a Wagner and a Wagner. This would be the Wagner of the Iowa Hawkeyes who scores. Tomato or tomato, John?
I just write V. You know, I do everything phonetically so I don't mess up. Wagner.
Wagner from Berlin. Here's Wilson from Sacramento, and he scores inside.
DJ Wilson, late in the season last year, made some big plays and seemed to find a little confidence on the floor, and now he's become the guy. He's tough to cover. He's impossible to match up against.
Wilson, every point he scores, a new career high, sitting on 23 now. Wilson checking Jock. And here's Wagner going to the hole, dumps it all. Pencil didn't go to the basket, and that's an easy steal for Wagner. Derek Walton will pull it back, and he'll fire. They left him wide open, and Walton hits the three.
Those are breakdowns you'll see with a young team. It's just communication. It's not a breakdown of responsibility. It's a breakdown in communication.
Third time we have been tied here today. Jock kept his pivot foot. Little turnaround jumper. No, look at Wagner fly, but it's Wagner who secures the rebound. Wilson to the corner. 4-3. Got it. Zach Irvin. Threes are falling now for the Wolverines. And Michigan takes the lead. A whistle. This will be on Walton.
Michigan finally taking the lead here, up 3. Capitalizing on just pushing the ball forward. And it's kind of point guard by committee when you have a guy like DJ Wilson who can handle the ball, make good decisions. Drive and kick to Zach Irvin, who just steps into a high percentage 3. Michigan has really started to come on. Obviously, DJ Wilson kept him in this game in the first half, but now as a team starting to make plays for one another.
They see the field goal percentage, and Michigan really starting to hit the threes now. Here's Bear for 3, and it goes. Wow! Put a little English. Looked like a 9-iron on the green.
I played here years ago, and there's no way the rims are that soft.
The perfect spin. And they trade threes. Whoa, long-range 3 by Walton. I don't think John Beilein liked that shot. Bohannon picks his dribble up. Now Jock. Bear with Robinson on him. Gets it back to Jock. And Iowa will reset it. 13 minutes remaining in regulation here. Michigan and Iowa. Here's Wagner going strong. Bullies his way in, but cannot score it. And now the Wolverines with Irvin running the point. Irvin so good getting to the basket. Look at this up and under by Zach Irvin.
He did a great job keeping his dribble there, not picking up his dribble when he probably could have or maybe even should have kept his dribble alive and got to the other side of the basket.
2-point lead for the Wolverines. Wide open is Wagner. Second chance. Bohannon. No. And flying high for the board is Wilson. Boy, you love the way the ball's moving here. How about that pass? Perfect setup. And Donnell scores the basket on the dish by Walton. So Michigan using an 8-0 run now in the lead, up 4 on the road in their Big Ten opener.
Trying to survive winter on summer tires is not smart. Fortunately, there's TireRack.com. Find the right winter tires for your car using TireRack's reviews and test results. Then have them shipped to a trusted installer fast. Be smart this winter. You'll be glad you were. TireRack.com, official tire experts of the Big Ten Conference.
April Air asks, what if your house could talk?
Winter's coming. You turn up my heat and dry out my air. I become shocking. My floors crack. I dry out your skin. I make you sick.
Your home suffering from winter dry air? Get an April Air high-capacity whole home humidifier installed. Available with Wi-Fi control for soothing comfort in every room. April Air. Trusted solutions for a healthy home. Visit aprilair.com.
Let's listen for our sounds. Listen and Speak Up is a 6-week program at the University of Iowa for children and their families with hearing loss. And it's got 2 primary focuses to help augment skills for children with hearing loss, and then to provide a forum for our graduate students in speech pathology and audiology to develop skills working with that population and their families.
Being able to learn from other professions on how to best benefit a child and their family it's huge. It's an amazing experience.
This is Camden's 3rd year, and he started when he was 2.5, and we were just trying to speak at that time. He's having so much fun here, and he's learning so much, and now he speaks so often. It's just amazing. You can't beat it.
(56-52), Michigan on a 12-3 run. Oh, what a great T-shirt, by the way. Here's the Motorist Insurance Group drive to the hoop.
You really want me to break this thing down with sorry I can't? I've got plans with my cat? Well, look, this is a great play. They got the defense scrambling with the throw ahead. And as I said, with a young team, you put them in scramble mode. They tend to be a step behind the play, and it allows you to get into the paint. Derek Walton Jr. doing a good job sharing the basketball so far. Michigan winning that battle. 15 assists on 23 made field goals.
Mark Donnell on the receiving end of that one.
I got to get that shirt, man.
That's a quality tee. That's a Christmas present.
I don't give many offers to begin with to turn them down, but that is still a quality item.
Tyler Cook back in the game, working on Donnell. The spin, and Cook finishes with the left. He's got great skills in the plane.
Look, that's not a freshman move right there. That's a big-time move, great footwork, but he can play like a guard. I think he's a little bit more like Draymond Green than anyone gives him credit for. High motor guy, and as he develops a jump shot, he really can play any position.
I love that comparison. High praise, too, for Tyler Cook. All kind of potential. Duncan Robinson hits. So he pulls up, he pops.
I got to be careful, though, because I say that, and people say, well, he's not. No, he's not. He's not there yet. Of course he's not there yet. No one's Draymond Green yet. He's a freshman in college.
But he's not just a post-up player. No. He's got some skills to shoot it. He can go behind the arc, and he's got terrific footwork and handles.
And probably more athletic than Draymond Green. Actually, for sure.
He goes again. Look at that. Oh, in and out it goes. That would have been one for the highlight reel. He could have stacked 2 in a row. Can't get it to go, though. Michigan up 4. Urban misses. Offensive board, Donnell. And Urban will get it organized. Michigan, prior to that miss, had made 6 of their last 7, using a 12-3 run, an 8-0 run in the middle of that, to regain the lead here against the Hawkeyes. Iowa's largest lead came in the first half. They were up 7. It's been a tight one. Robinson buries lays the three. Donnell set him up, and Robinson hits.
Gotta be careful when you double out around the perimeter. If you get it out of the double, one extra pass usually leads to an open shot.
Think about Robinson and Donnell going to the bench after playing out of the starting role last year. Ellington with the runner can't go, but Cook is there with the follow finish.
It's funny how we praise kids with a high motor today, as if any kid in college basketball shouldn't play with a high motor. Well, they don't. Not everybody has it. Tyler Cook sure does.
In the corner. And it is Wilson who comes away with a board and a putback. Well, he and Cook were way above the rim. And Wilson had position. His day continues. 25 points for Wilson. And you see the run for the Wolverines. Now 19-7. Cook, air ball. Bear, offensive board. Bear looking to do damage. And Bear takes the contact. And we'll head to the free throw line. The stabilizer, Nicholas Bear. Free throws coming when we continue from Iowa City.
What sets us apart is far more than what we do. It's how and why we do it. Whether it's customizing a policy, filing a claim, or serving our communities, we are in your corner when you need us most, and even when you don't. We contribute to causes bigger than ourselves, ones that build families, education, the arts, and most importantly, our future leaders. At Motors Insurance Group, we know you, and you know us.
What good is history if you never change? And what good is change if it doesn't make you better? At Valvoline, for the last 150 years, we've been doing just that. Relentlessly pursuing innovation for your engine. Backed up not just by science, but by the hands-on expertise that drives everything we do. Valvoline, 150 years under the hood.
By the time you head to the bank and wait to get approved for a home loan, that newly listed mid-century ranch with the garden patio will be gone. Or you could push that button. Skip the bank, skip the waiting, and go completely online. Get the confidence that comes from a secure, qualified mortgage approval in minutes. Lift the burden of getting a home loan with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Every wireless provider has towers in the city, but U.S. Cellular put towers in places the other guys didn't, or won't. And more towers out there means a stronger signal. So you can video chat at your secret fishing spot, post photos at your cabin, or stream way out here. Because U.S. Cellular thinks you deserve a signal that works wherever you are. That's what you're paying for, right? U.S. Cellular, a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
I hope you're enjoying your New Year's Day today. Binge on BTN with us. We got Minnesota and Purdue coming up next from West Lafayette and then Ohio State and Illinois. And don't forget, the Big Show wraps it all up starting at 9 Eastern or following the Ohio State-Illinois game. Binge on BTN. Right here, Iowa and Michigan. Brian Anderson with John Crispin. Peter Jock is back in. Have the heating pad on the right shoulder, keeping the firing squad ready. And meanwhile, John, Christian Williams has not played in the second half and looks like he's dealing with a bad back once again. He is not a factor today.
Yeah, he's got a back issue. We saw him with the Heat earlier, and that certainly affects their depth. Fran McCaffrey can go 10, maybe 11 deep, but he's a guy you'd really like to have on the floor. Although Jordan Bohannon handling the basketball has been great. Right now, Bohannon and Williams on the bench. Kind of point guard by committee.
Well, Iowa can make this a 3 or 4 point trip down the floor. Bear hits the first free throw and then Cook with the offensive rebound.
And for a young team, you can't lose momentum. And that's something we've seen over the past couple of minutes. Iowa just losing a little bit of momentum. They've got to get that back. A stop and a basket, maybe an extra possession here helps.
And here's Bear, short. Ellington kept it alive. Bear secures it. Wagner back in. Donnell will sit for Michigan. Tyler Cook has scored 6 of the last 7 points for the Hawkeyes. And he gets the ball with 13 left and
double foul probably.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a double foul. I'm watching the whole thing happen, and I knew exactly where Bo Borowski was going to go. And he's exactly right. Both players jostling for position. I get it. I think it's the right call. Xavier Simpson fighting in the post, and Peter Jock kind of does the swat and swim move. Good call. Clean it up.
So Xavier Simpson and Peter Jock with fouls. Jock has 2s. That's the first for Simpson. Iowa ball, 13 on the shot clock. Good pass. Oh, and a throwdown. And count the basket with a free throw coming for Tyler Cook. All set up by Bear.
Oh, man.
A ferocious dunker is Tyler Cook.
I mean, that's just going up hard. Keeping that right arm to protect you from the shot blocker. Not going to say that he cleared out. It wasn't really a clear out. You see that a lot in the NBA, my friend. You do some NBA games using that off arm to clear for the finish, but he just went up and threw down. That's what you should do if you have that kind of athleticism.
Iowa can't capitalize on the 4-point possession, but they get 3 out of that trip.
And the crowd's back into it. I think that's key. That certainly helps them with momentum.
Irvin with the answer. No. And Cook clears it away. Tyler Cook with 9 points, 7 of those coming in the second half. And the Hawkeyes within 4 now, under 8.5 to go in regulation. Jock finds Bear. Bear all the way in. Free throws for Nicholas Bear. Guy just makes things happen. It's very unorthodox. It's not necessarily pretty, not smooth.
I wanted to see how you explain yourself on that. Not exactly orthodox. Kind of goes at the basket like he's Rocky from Rocky 1 or 2. Hasn't really gotten cut up and too pretty yet, but his game is tremendous. I mean, he does a lot of things really well as he misses the foul shot, but he helps his teammates in every possible way.
Not a bad free throw shooter. He shoots it at 75%, but he misses both. And a missed opportunity for the Hawkeyes. Walton will set it up. Terrific point guard. Veteran point guard in Walton. A lot of experience. Robinson for 3. And that's going to stay in the possession of Michigan. And I believe they're going to get...
It's going to be on Wagner.
Pointed the wrong way. So Wagner picks up the foul. The official pointed Michigan's way, but just a mistake. And now Wagner with 3 fouls.
Everybody here wanted a technical foul on Mo Wagner because he's talking to the official, Larry Scirotto, but he actually had a good conversation.
Yeah.
And
it's cordial.
It was cordial. Have you ever seen coaches talk to officials? It's not always cordial.
Ellingson.
That was actually a nice conversation.
Well, the confusion came because Larry Scirotto pointed that the possession was going to stay for Michigan.
He got it right.
Indicating an offensive foul. He just pointed the wrong direction.
New Year's. Come on, man.
We were all confused. Ellingson has now hit all 16 free throws this year, and he has Iowa within a pair. Very nearly a turnover. Timeout on the floor. Got a good one going today. Our second game. Iowa and Michigan. Tyler Cook, the freshman from St. Louis, is a factor this afternoon.
Set the trap.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
fun combo.
You know I got you.
There's one of these.
Set the trap.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
You know I got you.
Talk to an agent for help combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right. State Farm.
Beware of the man eating honey barbecue wings. This is a dangerous man with nothing left to prove in life. Last week, he ate an entire order of blazing wings, and he didn't even cry once. It was crazy. So if you come back to the bar and see a man eating honey barbecue wings in your seat, remember, we warned you. Go get a new seat by the claw game. It's safer there.
College sports did this. They took Gophers, Badgers, Turtles, and Trains and united them under the banner of awesome.
Smile, Raj.
Put the ribs down, Roger. Put them down.
I got it.
Lethal Weapon returns this week on Fox.
The 2017 Big Ten Men's Basketball Tournament makes its way to the nation's capital for the first time. The Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. hosts the annual celebration of Big Ten hoops. Tickets are now on sale, so contact your ticket office or head to big10.org to secure your seats today. Give your team a home court advantage as they battle for the Big Ten Tournament title. Don't miss the 2017 Big Ten Men's Basketball Tournament in Washington, D.C.
Binge on BTN is presented by U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular delivers a strong signal where the other guys don't. And brought to you in part by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. Brian Anderson with John Crispin, our producer Steve Johnson, director Andrew Bluestein. And we welcome you back from Iowa City, Iowa. Got a good matchup here. Since trailing 63-56, Iowa on a mini run of 5-0. They've also missed 3 free throws during this streak. Michigan basketball. We're under 8 minutes in this second half. And an Iowa foul on Ellingson. And he's a little shaken up. That'll be his first.
And taking a little shot to the quote midsection. Is that what we call it? It's the safe.
Call it that.
Safe, the midsection.
Bohannon will check in for Ellingson. Needs a minute. Half the population can understand what he's going through right now. Walton gives it to Irvin. Let's watch Irvin, who's guarded by Bear. Actually, the zone is in for Iowa.
Well, this is where they have to be concerned with those corner threes or lob opportunities.
Yeah, nice defensive play. Bear disrupted. Bohannon with his head up, dumps it in. Cook, the catch and the score. And Cook is really rolling now, approaching a double-double. Has 11 points and 8 rebounds. And they're on their feet as we're all tied at Carver Hawkeye. 30-second timeout for John Beilein. 7-0 run for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, you got to credit Jordan Bohannon for this play, though. Watch his eyes, see the vision. His eyes are up the entire time. Tyler Cook, good presence of mind. The ability to come down with that pass and then go up strong and finish. But again, Jordan Bohannon probing the entire way up the floor. His eyes were up, keeping the defense honest at every level, and then throwing over the top to Tyler Cook, who can certainly finish.
The true freshman, Jordan Bohannon, from Marion, played at Linn-Mar. And I think Fran McCaffrey, John, is out of the danger zone with his point guard situation with Christian Williams on the bench and an apparent back injury. He's gotten it to the 7:21 mark, yes, and he can go the rest of the way with Bohannon. All tied up. 7-0 run for the Hawkeyes. Cook has 4 of those points. Inside, working on the zone. Here's Irvin now. Irvin with the pull-up mid-range and knocks it down.
We always talk about the weak points of the zone. High post, short corner. That ball gets to the high post. And you got a guy like DJ Wilson who can see over the defense. He immediately looks opposite side. 1 dribble pull-up jumper. Good execution on the offensive end against the zone.
They're feeding Cook again. And had it blocked by Wagner, who keeps it alive and ends up in the hands of Walton. Well done by Mo Wagner. Irvin is Michigan's leading scorer, averaging 14+, has 7 today. Michigan being led by DJ Wilson with 25. Wilson in the corner. There he is. 4-3. Got it.
Why not? The worst thing you can do if you're playing zone defense is allow yourself to get ball screened up top. That's what got Derek Walton into the paint. Back cut, wide open 3.
Peter Jock pushes off. And an offensive foul is going to send this the other way. Third foul on Peter Jock.
It's really all set up by that dribble drive. That's why you ball screen the top of that zone. You ball screen so you can turn the quarter with the dribble, get into the paint. The back cut led to a kick out, which was an open shot for DJ Wilson.
Wilson has made 4 threes today, has a double-double with 28 points and 11 rebounds. He's also dished out 4 assists. Back-to-back turnovers for Iowa. Both on player control fouls as well. Under 6 minutes to go. Iowa lost at Purdue in their opener. This is Michigan's first game. The trap comes, and that'll be Michigan ball, but 7 on the shot clock.
And that possession, really nothing going. Ball just kind of goes around the perimeter. You have to look to attack. Here with 7 seconds, need to look for a quick hitter.
Here's Wilson. Irvin kicks it wide open in the corner. Walton. And it's Jock who clears it away. This is a spot where Peter Jock becomes so valuable for Iowa, and you can see all of the attention he's getting. Bad pass. Jock gets it back, and he's fouled. It was all set up for Michigan defensively, but a foul will send Jock to the line.
And Jock, it's a tough pass, not a lot of room, but it's all set up because there's tight defense. You're going to allow a back cut, but you're not going to allow him to step out to the three-point line and get a catch, especially for Derek Walton, a smaller defender.
Oh, and Peter Jock, this is the first free throw. Johnny had a streak going of 19 in a row before that miss. He had made 24 straight to start the season. And 1 out of 2. Crucial missed free throws for Iowa in the second half. It's a 4-point game. Good ball movement. They break the press. Irvin can't get it to go. Wagner comes up with it, and a foul. And that's going the other way. I think they're going to get Wagner on this one.
That's why you box out. Jordan Bohannon did a great job getting position. He's going to have the opportunity to get to the foul line and knock down a couple foul shots. But you've got to be in position if you want to get this foul. I know a lot of guards box out, but bigs just jump right over the top. Watch Jordan Bohannon there at the bottom of your screen. He's in position. I don't think it's an egregious foul. If I'm Michigan, I'm complaining that it's not a foul. But if I'm Iowa and did get the call, I'd be complaining too. So it really could go either way.
And Wagner will sit now with 4 fouls. We'll see how long Beeline's comfortable with him on the bench as Bohannon, with Iowa in the bonus, buries the first free throw. He's an excellent free throw shooter. Bohannon shooting it at 85% for the year. And he hits them both. And here we go, 2-point game.
Interesting thing about that over the back rule is it's really not over the back if you reach over the guy's back. But if there's contact, you kind of have to call.
Full court pressure again. Michigan's been calm, and they've been able to break the press. And now get into their offense with 15 on the shot clock.
That's the key. If that pressure just allows you to only have to play defense for 10, 15 seconds.
Walton all the way in. Oh, Bear took a spill, but he got a hand on it. A block for Bear. He's up. He's running. Gets it. Fires it. Short. Offensive board. Long rebound for Bohannon. Jock for 3. Oh! Here he comes. Peter Jock gives Iowa the lead. Third 3 for Jock. Gives him 20. The Big Ten's top scorer. Shot clock at 6. Robinson. Oh, what an answer. Duncan Robinson.
That corner 3 has kind of been the Hawkeyes' Achilles heel. As that ball swings, defense out of position, no closeout on one of the best shooters on the floor. Peter Jock wants the ball. I'm telling you right now, Peter Jock wants the ball.
Orchestrating the entire possession with the freshman Bohannon, who waits for him. Pops free. And it's Wilson with a rebound. comes Michigan, up 2. Big possession for the Wolverines, 3.5 remaining. 5 ties, 6 lead changes in this game. The biggest lead has been 7. That was Iowa in the first half. Turnover. A hot pass from Irvin. Donnell couldn't control it. Good one here in Iowa City. Bear with the block. Tremendous effort. And then Jock cashes in.
Nothing worth doing has ever been easy, because trying and doing the things that are hard has a way of proving its worth. And at Valvoline, we've spent the last 150 years proving ours. That's why we created Max Life, specially formulated to help fight the hidden signs of aging in cars over 75,000 miles. It's proven to help maximize the life of your engine and to keep you moving forward. Valvoline, 150 years under the hood.
Travelers always come to Motel 6 for great service and a great stay at a low price. Now we're renovating nationwide with a fresh modern look, still at a great low price. So you'll see us in a whole new light. I'm Tom Bodette, and we'll leave the light on for you.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
When the action ends, the Big Show takes over. In-depth highlights from around the conference, post-game reactions straight from the arena, and a complete breakdown of everything that happened. The Big Show, tonight on BTN and BTN To Go.
Hi there, Mike Hall here. Hope you're having a fantastic new year. We sure are on BTN because we're in the middle of a fantastic day. 4 games to get to. You're watching the second one. The third one is coming up right after this, and you'll get a chance to see Minnesota with Nate Mason, their leading scorer, a team that went 12-1 in the non-conference, taking on a guy who's a legitimate threat for a national Player of the Year discussion in Caleb Swanigan. 2 of his last 3 games, he scored 20 points and more and 20 rebounds or more. But first things first, we got to finish up your game. It's a 2-point ball game. Brian and John, take it away.
Boy, Caleb Swanigan is turning into a star in the Big Ten.
Turning into? He's been phenomenal. I mean, just the way he's developed, and I think it speaks to the humility with which this kid plays. He didn't just go test the waters and say, oh, yeah, I got a little work to do. No, he went and tested the waters in the NBA, came back and said, I got a lot of work to do, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So far, he's excelled.
Swanigan and Purdue beat Iowa Tuesday. Iowa down a pair with the ball as we approach the 3-minute mark. We've got a thriller here in Iowa City. This has been fun. Here's Jock all the way in. Jock can't get it to go. Cook with a foul. No, it was on the rim.
I don't know.
Offensive goaltending is the call, but I tell you, it's worth another look here.
Can you throw a red flag on this one? I don't know. I mean, it's close. I have a tough. No, that's out. That's a tough one.
That's a bad call, and it goes against Iowa.
That's a game-time basket right there. I think we got to go to the Euro rule with that anyway. These guys play above the rim. Let them take it off the rim. Let them tip it in if it's rolling around the rim. Make the game a lot more exciting, too.
Huge break for the Wolverines.
With these athletes.
Michigan has made 10 threes today. And they'll try for 11. Too strong. Hemsel with the rebound. Iowa dodges the bullet. They'll have a chance now to tie or take the lead. Peter Jock with his 19th career 20-plus scoring game. It's the 8th this season. Hemsel lost the dribble, and Wagner up with it. Boy, that is a big miscue for the Hawkeyes. And Wilson running the floor. No whistle. Play on. Great defense in transition for the Hawkeyes. Bohannon for 3 in the lead. And it goes. Jordan Bohannon sends the Hawkeyes ahead. Does Michigan have an answer? Walton to the rack. Dishes. Ball's moving. Robinson. And Pencil with the board. Iowa holds serve. Bohannon will set it up.
That time Iowa did a good job scrambling. The dribble drive led to a kick out, one extra pass. Duncan Robinson got a good look, but it was a contested three.
Bohannon has hit 2 threes today. He missed all 4 of his three-pointers at Purdue on Wednesday. Jock gets it deep. Jock can't score. Under the basket. Tough shot for him. Michigan in a drought. It's been over 4 minutes since their last basket. And a 30-second timeout for John Beilein.
How about the moxie, the swagger, the confidence, and a little something else. Jordan Bohannon just pulling the 3 in transition. That's huge.
Well, they love this freshman. Great basketball family.
Can you say marbles on TV?
You can say marbles.
All right.
I'm all about marbles.
Marbles.
Well, the freshman is shooting over 36% from behind the arc. He is a weapon out there. And what we saw early in the season, we were here for the Iowa Seton Hall game as the season was getting started. One thing you notice about Jordan Bohannon in practice, he's very comfortable in his skin. Yes. He knows he belongs at this level. Yes. And that's starting to show up now in games.
Well, the interesting thing is you see this crowd finally getting into this game. It's almost as if this crowd was ho-hum with a 5-10 point lead, right? That first half was just still waking up from the New Year's. Right now, they're into it.
Under a minute to go. Michigan down a point. Who's going to take the big shot here? Shot clock to single digits. Robinson passed up a 3 and is fouled on the dribble. Nicholas Baer called for the foul. And that's just the 5th team foul.
That's what you got to do there. You've got to force Duncan Robinson to put the ball on the floor and beat you off the dribble. Just can't live with an open step-in 3.
Remember, Iowa in the double bonus at this point. Hawkeyes do have a foul to give on defense. Michigan down a point. Irvin fires the 3, gets it, and the Wolverines take the lead on a big shot by Zach Irvin, their top scorer.
Getting the ball to that high post, that's what kills you. It's the immediate kick opposite.
Pencil from Jock. Jock through the traffic, Pencil scores, and we're tied. Wow. What a game we have. I thought there was a timeout there, but that is not the case. They play on. So Michigan, with the shot clock off, will have the ball with a chance to win the game. Bohannon dogging Walton. And runs into Pencil, and he turns it over. And with .9 on the clock, it is Iowa basketball.
Got an Iowa fan over here screaming in our ear, foul him, foul him, foul. What are you talking about? We got a tie ball game. Right now, you have to be careful, Michigan, not to foul, and someone's got to take a timeout right now. Get yourself set, get a play.
Keep in mind, Iowa is in the double bonus here.
I wouldn't be surprised if they check to make sure the right amount of time's on the clock, too, if there is a timeout.
No, officials confirm that it is .9 remaining. Iowa's got to go quick. That's an eternity. Bohannon, three-quarter court. And how about that? We are headed to overtime. Tied at 74. Standing ovation. Applauding the terrific effort and performance in this matchup. Boy, that was a tremendous finish.
Yeah, I like the no call. This is tough. I don't know. John Beilein wanted to go a little bit quicker than this. And I like it. That's a good no call. Really nowhere to go. You would hate to call a foul and give a team the opportunity to win a game on something like that. Both teams have fought hard. We've seen a lot of ties. We've seen a lot of lead changes. Kind of an up and down basketball game. So far, so good. I think for both teams, you should feel good about where you're at.
You know, you look at this series history between these two teams. Michigan's had a tough time here in Iowa City. They've lost 4 straight. However, 4 of the last 7 matchups here have gone to overtime. Something about these two. We're going to do it again.
Well, I think it's tempo, it's pace. They play similar style of basketball. They're going to take the 3. They're going to look to space the floor and attack. We'll play with tempo, meaning they'll take quick shots, but they also have no problem executing in the half court if need be.
Both of these teams will play their first overtime game of the season. Michigan is 15-6 in the Beeline era in overtime. Iowa is 4-8 in the McCaffrey era.
And I'll be interested to see what Iowa does defensively. If they go back to that zone, or if they switch things up, maybe extend that pressure out, drop back into man, where you're only playing tough man defense for about 15 seconds tops. I really like that extended pressure back into man, but it requires the team to communicate, where you're going from zone press, even if it's 3 quarters, back to man. Got to communicate and get guys covered up.
Regulation comes to an end with the 6th tie of the game. There were 8 lead changes and never a lead more than 7 points. And Iowa controls the tip. First possession to the Hawkeyes in the OT. Bohannon inside to Pimsel. Wagner's on him with 4 fouls. Pimsel gets it back. No. Jock gets a second offensive board. Bohannon wide open for 3. Too strong. And let's see, that's going to be out of bounds off of Iowa. Michigan ball. That was close.
I'm so glad I don't have to make those calls. I have no idea who that was off of.
Remember, in Big Ten play, officials can go to review under 2 minutes.
Been off of Michigan.
I had that off Walton myself.
Yeah, I think it was. But we have the benefit of super slow-mo and 5 replays.
Under 2 minutes, they can go to the monitor. That's under 2 in regulation, under 2 in overtime. Tied at 74, shot clock at 8. Here's Wagner for 3. 1 and done, and Peter Jock with a basketball.
Wagner could have dove right to the basket for a wide open layup. Cordell Pimsel out of position on that one. He went for the pick and pop instead.
Bohannon turns a corner with the right hand scoop, and it's in. And Iowa has the lead. 14 for Jordan Bohannon.
He's really growing up I'd say the past month. He's really grown up, getting more and more comfortable being who he is on the floor.
He's dished out 6 assists today. Took that one on his own. Walton rattles one home. Big shot for Michigan.
Michigan has had a 3-point answer to every single lead Iowa's gotten.
Walton hit a clutch 3 in Michigan's win over Furman late in that game. That was 9 days ago, though. It's been a while since Michigan was on the floor. Oh, Bohannon coming to play today. The freshman hits a huge 3, and Iowa's up 2. Bohannon has scored 8 of Iowa's last 10. Irvin hit the game-tying 3. Now a long 2, and with ease, he buries it.
It's just been tough shot after tough shot. Even that last Bohannon 3, it's not as if he's wide open stepping into it. It's a tough shot.
Jock, guarded by Irvin. Great matchup to watch, these two, all day long.
You got to watch your eyeball when he's got the ball.
There with the cut and the finish.
So many eyes. You just watch the eyes. They all go to Peter Jock. And that's not even a back cut by Nicholas Bear. That's a face cut. He cut right across the face of his defender, who was just staring at Peter Jock.
2-point Iowa lead. Michigan with the ball. And a foul on Pimsel. That'll be his second.
It's going to be on the hand check, which has always been a foul. It's just in the past couple of years they've really started to enforce it.
And John Beilein wants a timeout to talk it over. Key possession on the road. Michigan now down with the Bohannon 3 and the Nicholas Bear 2. How about Bohannon?
There's not much you can say about this kid coming in. I think the best way to say it, The marbles, man. I mean, he's not afraid. He's taking it right to Michigan. He's taking big shots. I mean, this is a contested three by T.J. Wilson, and he still gets it to go. Bohannon fill it in. I mean, he's playing major minutes because of Christian Williams out. So he's got to play starters minutes, 30-plus a game for starters usually. And I think he's earning an even bigger role and a longer leash.
Bohannon averages 8.5 a game. He has played consecutively since the 7.5 mark of the second half in regulation. With Williams out, not available, Bohannon trying to go the distance here.
And that's huge for guys who need to get rhythm into play. In high school, you watch these guys play. They shoot 20, 25 shots a game. They have the ball in their hands. They're playmakers. Playing major minutes helps.
Bohannon is 6 of 8. He scored 17. Michigan trying to answer here. Irvin, short, there with the board. And Iowa can stretch their lead as we go under 2 minutes.
That was a great play out of the timeout drawn up by John Beilein. Mo Wagner, the opportunity to put it on the floor, make something happen at the rim. It's a good driving kick, just a missed shot.
Walden on Bohannon. Kicks it. Here's Cook. Good pass. Pimsel. No! What a great pass by Cook, but Pimsel couldn't finish. And now in transition, Walden. Yes. Big bucket.
That's the leadership of Derek Walden Jr. right there. Just going to the basket, basically willing a bucket for his team.
This is our 8th tie of the game. OT, Jock for 3. Yes, sir! Peter Jock puts the Hawkeyes on top. .23 for Jock. Gets his 4th three-pointer. Under a minute. Here's Wilson, long 3. Wow, missed badly. That hit the backboard.
That was really Tyler Cook's defense, though. Tyler Cook's on-the-ball defense made it difficult for Michigan to get into their set. Also, a good job not fouling. You got to credit a young freshman, not fouling.
Hawkeyes can deliver a clincher here. Under 30. Bohannon probing, looking for Jock. Good defense. Irvin knocks it out. 6 on the shot clock.
And this is where you want to be careful. You at least want to get a shot up, because a shot up on the rim gives you a chance for a second opportunity, another possession, which another possession could close out this game, forcing Michigan to foul.
Three-point shooting has been significant. Iowa's made 11. Michigan has made 12. Oh, and a steal. Walton all the way in and scores. Iowa still up 1. A very costly turnover.
What did I say? All you've got to do is get a shot up on the rim, and what they didn't do was get the ball in bounds. But you've got to be happy with the response of this young Iowa Hawkeye team, particularly Peter Jock. This guy, when he gets a shot up, you think it's going in. He's not doing much celebrating, but the one thing you got to do is get the ball in bounds if you want to get a shot up. Something Jordan Bohannon will learn how to do even better is get his body into the defender, taking away any opportunity to steal in a layup. But we've got a ball game partner. Wow, this is a good one.
Iowa with a chance to put the game away. Instead, a giveaway. And Michigan is right back in it. 21.1 remains. Shot clock is off. And the key steal by Derek Walton. And the layup on the other end.
And the next thing here, the question always, I don't really know the answer. I would give you mine. How late do you wait? How long do you wait to foul? I would say 10 seconds maybe. If you could try to get a 10-second call in the backcourt, that's one thing. You can't, unless you get it in the hands of the right guy. If defensively you get it in the hands of Tyler Cook, who's not particularly a great foul shooter, yeah, I think you foul right away. But if Bohannon gets it, try to get maybe a 10-second call. It's 21 seconds left. Plenty of time in this basketball game. Only a 1-point ball game.
It'll be Iowa basketball. Both teams in the bonus. Iowa will get 2 foul shots as they are in the double bonus here. Interesting, in this overtime, Iowa is 4 for 8 from the field. They're shooting well. Michigan is 4 for 7. I think they want to check the clock here to make sure they have the right time.
This is when it goes through the rim. I mean,
so 21-6 maybe?
Sure.
It's 21-1 now. It's negligible, whatever it is.
I don't think it's game-changing either way. The good thing is we're not stopping the game to do this in a timeout, so get it right. But as I said, you want to force the right guy for you if you're Michigan to get the ball. So really in no rush to foul. You don't have to foul that quickly if you're Michigan. You want the right guy to be at the foul line if you're the Michigan Wolverines. And for Iowa, the goal is get it into Bohannon's hand, get it into Peter Jock's hands. Find a way to get those guys open.
Yeah, they're going to take another look at it. We're providing the video for the officials, so you get to play along. Again, it's not going to affect much.
What affects much is whether you're cheering for Iowa or cheering for Michigan. That's what affects your emotional state here.
On the clock is 21.1. You could see him adding 0.5 of a second.
Total game changer right there, too.
At the half, this was a 3-point game. Iowa led 39-36. Iowa with a strong finish to tie it, force overtime. And here we are with the Hawkeyes up 1 with the potential final possession. They're going to look at this one more time.
I think you've really got to credit this young Iowa Hawkeye team. They've taken a lot of punches. Well, Michigan has had an answer for every single lead they've gotten. It's been back and forth. I think that's what's made this game so much fun. We look at this. 8 ties, 11 lead changes. That's back and forth basketball. And Iowa has stuck with it. They haven't gotten down. No bad body language from this young bunch. And I think that's exactly what you need. Shows that Fran McCaffery's done a great job being patient with these guys, teaching them up, getting them ready for game 2 of Big Ten play.
So they're going to add, after all this, John, they're going to add 0.3 of a second, 21.4. Now, whether that's important or not, we will see. But the extended timeout here allowed both coaches to draw up anything they wanted to draw up, specifically Fran McCaffery, who is trying to draw up a play to get a score on the board and extend this lead.
And you got Brady Ellington in for Tyler Cook because you don't want Tyler Cook going to the foul line. You got the right guy throwing the ball inbounds. And for John Beilein, you got the right guy on the ball in DJ Wilson.
Michigan, an excellent defensive team. Let's see how they play it. Do they foul right away? Jock catches, the trap comes, and a foul. I think if Michigan is patient, they had a trap on Jock as Irvin and Jock come together.
That's what I say. I mean, you don't really want to foul Jock, and in that position, you don't have to foul him. You have a double team, force him to throw out of it, where you may be able to pick up a steal. This was almost a turnover. This was really close. You got DJ Wilson and Zach Irvin right on the ball, and other defenders in position to take away that first pass.
They called the foul on Wilson and not Irvin.
Really?
It's his 3rd foul. Jock will shoot 2. Iowa in the double bonus.
Now's the point where you talk about how many foul shots Peter Jock's made, and he misses one. No broadcaster jinx. There we go.
Nothing but net. His streak of 19 in a row was ended earlier in this game. Peter Jock now with 24 points.
I said that in the open. I mean, Peter Jock's going to get his 20 to 25 points. He's just going to get it because he makes jump shots. If he can continue to get to the foul line, 20-25 could go up.
Still a 1-possession game, but it is a 3-point Iowa lead. With 19.7 remaining, Beilein takes his final timeout.
And this is where you have to be careful. You don't want to give up a dribble drive, but at the same time, you don't want to overcommit to the ball and give up a kick-out 3.
Don't forget, Minnesota-Purdue coming your way next. Bench on BTN. Minnesota, one of the surprise teams in the Big Ten, a team that could very well make their way to March Madness this season.
I don't know if they're that much of a surprise. You see the talent, you see Amir Coffey, and you saw what they did in the late season games. I mean, they won against Maryland. That was a huge game at home, but they competed. They only had 5 or 6 guys on scholarship playing, but they competed night in, night out. Now you've got depth. You've got 5-on-5 in practice. That changes things when you get to games.
Zach Irvin hit the big 3 at the end of regulation. There you see the game reset. Fouls remaining. Iowa still with 2. Michigan is out of timeouts. And Iowa in the double bonus. Here we go. 19.7. Michigan down 3. Walton has scored 7 in the overtime. Robinson finds Walton. Gets by Bear. Kicks it for 3 in the tie. Too strong. Irvin gets it back. Still time. Irvin, oh, he had it knocked out of his hands. That won't matter. And the Iowa Hawkeyes survive. They win their conference home opener. Their 5th consecutive win over Michigan. And an overtime thriller on New Year's Day.
You've got to be proud if you're Fran McCaffrey. This is a bounce-back game, a learning experience down in West Lafayette. And no surprise, our Quicken Loans amazing performance is Peter Jock. 25 points, 9 of 18 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. He was terrific. His shot-making ability makes this team a threat from all over the court.
Iowa goes to 9-6. And a date with Nebraska, who is 2-0 in conference. The final play of regulation. And it was Pencil and Bohannon who converge on Zach Irvin. And Michigan cannot get a shot up to tie this game. And the Hawkeyes win their home opener in Big Ten play. The winning coach, Fran McCaffrey. And Peter Jock standing by with John Crispin.
Hey, Coach, it was an up-and-down game. A ton of ties, a ton of lead changes. How proud are you of your young group for staying in the fight?
You know, that's what it was. I mean, it was an unbelievable game. They showed tremendous courage. So did we. The crowd was unbelievable. But the way we hung in there, we got enough stops. We executed pretty well, made our free throws. I just couldn't be more proud of my guys right now.
No, we just said it, 8 ties, 11 lead changes, terrific game, fun up and down the court. No Christian Williams, but Jordan Bohannon played major minutes, and he seemed to be terrific on the floor.
Well, he's just a gamer. I've been watching him a long time. I love that kid. I love his competitiveness. He's really smart. He plays at his pace. He makes shots. He's not afraid.
Peter Jock certainly not afraid to take shots either. How nice is it to have a shot maker like Peter Jock on the floor?
You know what? I've been coaching a long time. I haven't had too many like this one. He is absolutely special. He loves the moment. And you know he's going to make a play.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Hey, Happy New Year. Back to you, Brian.
All right, John, thanks. Indeed it is for the Iowa Hawkeyes. They win in overtime today, 86-83. That's it from Iowa City. For John Crispin, I'm Brian Anderson. This has been a presentation of the Big Ten Network. Again, our final, a 3-point Iowa win. Coming up next, Big Ten game break.
Not a bad way to start off the new year. Another really fun game to watch, an overtime win for the Hawkeyes. Jess, Mike, and Mike here wrapping things up before we get you out to our next game. I mean, there's so many different avenues you could go. You could go Jock being Jock. You could go Bohannon getting some really big shots late in the game. What stood out to you from the Hawkeyes?
We knew that Peter Jock would have a big game today because he never is off 2 games in a row, and at West Lafayette, he really struggled. But we weren't sure what this freshman class would do at home coming off of the Purdue blowout, and the freshman rose up. Tyler Cook looks healthy again. Nice spin move with the left hand, coming off with a broken finger on his right hand. Good rebound and tip in. He had a couple thunder dunks. What about Jordan Bohannon? There's the thunder dunk. Uses his left hand, but Jordan Bohannon, with Christian Williams on the bench with injury, came out and had probably the shot of the game late, made the big 3-point shot. There's the nice pass. Cordell Pimsel closed out. He rebounded. It is very difficult to play on the road as a freshman, but to come back and get their first Big Ten win ever, that says a lot about this young team. And I'll tell you what, Peter Jock, we can't say enough about him. He's a player of the year candidate right now, and he delivered with the game on the line, and Iowa was able to overcome DJ Wilson's spectacular afternoon.
How do you feel if you're DJ Wilson on the plane home? I mean, he played so well. This was the game of his career. Really, one of the stories of the year in the Big Ten. Redshirt a year ago, modest recruiting profile, and now a spectacular 28-point, 14 rebound performance in his first Big Ten road game. He was outstanding at the rim, but in the overtime, once they got there to the overtime period, where was DJ Wilson? He did not get his hands on the ball until 3 minutes in when he took it off the defensive rim. did not get any really good offensive possessions, had a couple of late clock threes, neither which really looked good. He shot the basketball really well today. He went to the rim hard, but there should have been more DJ Wilson in the overtime period, more of DJ playing the ball at the rim.
And think about this, he was 4 assists shy of a triple-double.
Wow.
I mean, he threw in 6 assists on top of all the boards and all the points he had, and yet his team goes down, partly because, as you heard Fran McCaffrey say, he's got a special scoring talent in the form of Peter Jock. And Jock talking now with John Crispin.
25 points, 9 of 18 from the field, making shots all over the floor. How key is it for you to get going with such a young group behind you?
You know, a lot of younger guys look up to me and will see how I play. So if I'm making shots, I feel like that gives them a lot of confidence too. So if I'm playing well, I feel like we all playing well. So I mean, my focus today will just come out and try to be aggressive and let the game kind of come to me, and also trying to find other guys. And a lot of guys stepped up today too. So.
I know it's a team game, and I know you want to make your team better and win basketball games, but coming into this season, you said you had an opportunity to show people what you were really capable of. I mean, what does that really look like in your mind?
I mean, I think I've been doing what people didn't think I could do before the last 3 years, and which is creating my own shots and also finding other people, being a playmaker and a shot maker too. So, I mean, I've just been trying to go out there and do that every game, and also trying to get as many wins as we can. So.
All right, thanks, Peter. Good way to start the new year.
Appreciate it. Happy New Year's.
Let's update you on the earlier game today, Nebraska and Maryland. Tim Miles swore off Twitter 3 games ago. Yeah, that was the problem, apparently. They've been winning ever since. Ty Webster, part of a 14-0 run for the Huskers to end the game. Melo Trimble with a shot to win it late. No. Ball goes out of bounds, so Maryland gets the ball again with 4 seconds left. Trimble again with a shot, but it's rushed, and it does not go. 67-65 is your final score. Nebraska wins again. That means they've got wins in back-to-back games on the road against Maryland, on the road against Indiana. And the final 6 minutes of the game were all Huskers, quite literally. 14-0 in terms of points, 4 field goals made versus 0. Turnovers were in favor of Nebraska as well. Everything was going their way. Here's what Tim Miles had to say afterwards to Dan Bonner.
I mean, you have to credit the kids. You know, we couldn't guard harder. I mean, he was getting away from us. Melo's Melo, and then they were getting us on the boards too. But we were able to get enough stops on the defensive end and just stay with it. And this group is pretty tough-minded. I mean, they've been through a lot, and so to come and win here is really a feather in our cap. Just awesome. We love going on the road, I guess.
Well, you don't want to play any Big Ten games at home, I guess. Tim, tell us about the strategy. It looked like it really slowed them down when you switched to that 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah, we put it in. Actually, I have to credit Chris Mack, helped me with that at Xavier. Better give him a shout out. And it kind of fit our personnel, we thought. Yeah, Mark is so good at getting multiple actions. Like he'll send a guy off a double and then another guy off a single, and it just confuses you. And we got him to stop, and that really helped. Obviously, we had that big run at the end of the game.
And do you think the Huskers were happy afterwards?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think so. Coach Miles needs a towel. They are happy because this is a team that was 500 in non-conference play. This is a team that lost to Gardner-Webb at home, and now they open conference play 2-0 for the first time since they joined the Big Ten. And the reason why, Mike, is because they scored the last 14 points of the ballgame. How'd they do it?
Well, Coach said after the game that he hates to play zone, but that kind of zone turned the game around. The 1-3-1 that they picked up off Chris Mack of Xavier really worked to turn the game in Nebraska's favor. And then down the stretch, Ty Webster was just spectacular. Attacking the rim just unbelievably well. Starts with the power slam. And then really Webster getting into the lane and finishing acrobatically. I love this play from Glenn Watson because he loses control and still maintains an understanding of where his teammates are on the floor, and he gets the right one. Ty Webster, another acrobatic finish. Then he takes the dribble handoff and hits the baseline and scores. It was a terrific stretch run from Ty Webster and from the Huskers.
Nebraska may have the best backcourt in the league right now. Watson and Ty Webster have been brilliant over the last 2 games, and if they can continue to shoot the 3-point